welcome to another little episode of our exploration. This is our new Facebook group, and I'm doing this with Jessica Sanders and Lisa Hetrick, and our group is growing, so come on over, join us over there. We do a color challenge every month, and for the month of June, our color is going to be Pearl. So for this Facebook group, it's completely free. You can come over and join our challenge every month. But if you want to try some online classes, you can help support me and my channel here by going to www.kelliechasseffineart.com and trying a class. So today I thought we would try using some iridescent medium. So the color of the month for our art exploration group is Pearl. And this one definitely has this pearlescent look to it. And it is called Iridescent Medium by Winsor Newton. And I thought we would make some earrings today. So I have some watercolor paper. This is the cotton paper made by Legion Paper, and it has held up pretty good for using this for earrings. And these are the earrings. I'll show you just a little picture here of the ones that I have done. I'm working... Actually, I've got the watercolor ones, and then these are actually made with Yupo paper. And I'm going to be adding this to my class that I currently have as an additional lecture, so you can see how this is done. And these are actually done on two sides, so you can make double earrings with this, which I think is really cool. So I have those. And I'm working on maybe doing some kind of pendants as well. And this one has its unicorn spit, and that's got some sparkle in it too, which is a nice iridescent. It's, I think it's called copper. Okay, so we have the watercolor paper, and I have some of the iridescent medium here in my dish already. So just so you can see what it looks like. You see that beautiful shimmer? And this one almost has like a, well, it's got a little bit of color to it because it picks up the green from underneath, but it's got that more of a silver tone to it. Now you can actually mix this with different watercolors. So if I wanted to use this in with a purple, I can make a beautiful purple with that silvery look in it. Isn't that pretty? And you can rinse off your brush. And then let's add a little bit to this blue that we have here. Mix it up in here. So you can see how you can mix it in with the colors to make those beautiful iridescent colors. Let's see if you can see those. So we'll let those dry. And meanwhile, I'm going to actually make some longer type earrings, and I'm going to cut this paper in half. So we're going to make some more of a rectangular type look to these earrings. You can use just the watercolors, you can use just the silver, you could use a little bit of pen and ink. So we'll see where this is going to take me here. So I'm going to first of all just wet my paper. What's nice about this is I could do this whole strip and use, do a couple different ways with it and see what I like best. So let's go ahead and just add a little bit of the purple in here, just dropping it in where it's wet. Maybe let's do a little bit of the blue down here, maybe a little mixture. And now I'm going to lift up some of this iridescent and just drop that in there and let that mix in. Simple and fun. So I'm going to go ahead and blow dry this, and we'll be right back. Okay, so I am back, and I just want you to see that really pretty pearl look that has in there. Isn't that pretty? So you can also do that with iridescent powders and things too. I have a full class on that where I mix that with watercolor, mix it with alcohol ink, and some other things. So I've done a couple other ones here. Again, just mixing those purple shades in there, and you can see that. So then what we're going to do is we're going to actually cut this out. Grab my scissors here. Let's see how, we'll cut it here. So you can see the watercolor paper is bent a little bit. You can wet the back side if you want to try to flatten it out a little bit more and let it dry, but when we resin it, it's actually going to, sometimes it will actually buckle a little bit anyway. I'm going to try to get that as straight as I can. So I can make some really long ones, I can make some short ones. Let's go ahead and cut it off right about here. Is that straight? I think that's straight. There we go. And then we can make little square ones if we wanted to make them square, like this. Or we can make them long this way. And I think I'm going to go with the long way. Let's see if I can cut that down the middle, just like that. So those are going to be our 2 earrings with the shimmer. And we can add a little bit of black Sharpie to this if we want. Or we can leave it just as is. I don't know. Let's see. I want to add. Let's make them like little mermaid earrings. That's kind of neat. Let's do this one. Okay, how that. So then what we're going to do is we are going to cover this with resin, UV resin. I might as well, I'll show you how to do the whole thing right here. So this is UV resin I'm going to use. I'm going to use a little silicone mat here for this, shiny side up. So I'm going to use my little brush here. I've got my UV resin, and what I'm going to do is just pour this on here. And I'm going to take my brush and just drag that across. Now you don't want to get this UV resin on you. So I'm trying not to touch it here. And you want to make sure you have really good ventilation. I'm sitting here with my windows wide open. And I'm trying not to get that around the sides too much, because I don't want it to drip along the other side. So it's really doing its own little doming here. And you'll notice it does have a little bit of a curve to it. We'll see if we can flatten some of that out once we do the back side of it. So I'm going to put this under the UV light and I'll be right back. Okay, so I did this side and you can see it's got a little curl to it. I kind of like that, if those were hanging. But if I don't want that curl, I can push down. It's still not quite as hard as a rock. It's got a little bit of a curve to it. And let's go ahead and do the back side. I like to seal the back side just so that if they do get wet while you're wearing a little bit, the watercolor won't have an issue. I wouldn't recommend that you wear these obviously in the water, because on the edges they're not quite as sealed. So I'm just gonna again get those all covered. Remember, with UV resin, it's just a light little coverage. You don't need to put a lot on there. And it will soak into the paper just a little bit. So keep that in mind. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put these under the UV light as well. Missed a spot here. Okay, so I've got these all done. You can see they have a little bit of a curve to them. But that makes them unique. Okay, and the next step is I have a little Dremel tool and I'm going to drill a hole in the top of one of those. So I think I'm going to do it this way. One. So now we've got both of those. All we need to do now is add our jump rings and our little hooks. I think these are stainless steel jump rings. And I've got some kidney wire, they call them. And these are smalls. All right. And I'm going to get my little ring tool. And I'm going to open that up and slide it through. And close it back up. We've got one done. And two. Oops. And all I have to do is slide this in here, and we have a homemade pair of earrings. How cool is that? Ta-da! So there you guys go. There's my art exploration for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. And remember, explore. See what your materials are going to do for you. I'd love to hear your results if you try things. And I know all three of us can't wait to see your projects. So please go ahead and post them in our Facebook group. And don't forget to check out Lisa and Jessica's art exploration this week. All right, guys, that's it. Click that like button if you enjoyed it. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.